If you're following Kubo on Twitter, then you'll know that yesterday he made this post promoting a new piece of Bleach artwork. It states that Bleach is available in the manga art, and this manga art appears to be produced on handmade Japanese paper with a rare print. And I think they're saying that there's only a few of these in the world that are going to be created, and Kubo will be hand signing each one of these artworks. And the only way to purchase these limited pieces of artwork is through a lottery system, and these sales appear to have started from the 28th of April, so today. So we had this cool promotional image of the artwork being displayed. I think it appears to be just this one piece of artwork. A lot of us were confused when we had first seen this. We didn't really know what on earth they were trying to promote here. But today we've had a bit more clarification. I woke up to an email from my anime list. The email was talking about some NFTs or blockchain NFT guaranteed manga art from Japan. It says, Shueisha Inc., who is a publisher of many legendary manga, has started a new project so that fans can inherit manga works. So they have archived high resolution digital data of original manga artworks from 2008. Using their archive of manga, they have created large-sized, beautiful prints of One Piece by Ishida Oda and the several other manga series. And now they are welcoming Bleach as another series that fans can inherit. And it appears to be in celebration for the 1000-Year Blood War arc, and it's going to be printed on a special washi, which is a traditional Japanese paper. They're using a colotype printing method, which is a rare printing technique from the mid-19th century. And these Bleach artworks that they're creating will be limited to only 20 prints, and they will be guaranteed by the blockchain network. And I think this is where a lot of people are having issue with this and are believing that it's an NFT scam. So like I said, the opportunity to buy these limited edition prints are via a lottery, and they're willing to ship them worldwide, so any one of us can really apply for it. So the crazy thing is, this is the real product and this is the cost. So it's 880,000 yen, which is about $6,800. I think a lot of people are upset. Well, firstly because this news has been broken to most Bleach fans through my anime list, and it's not really a reputable source for news. I think most of us on Twitter were warned about this through Kubo's post, but because it's in Japanese and we can only really use Google Translate, I think there was a lot of room for confusion unless you clicked on the link and found out what on earth this is. So when we go on this manga art website, we understand what Shueisha is trying to do here. So they're using the most advanced technology and highest quality materials available, and they've achieved a great way of preserving these pieces of artwork, and they're producing limited editions of manga artwork, and they're selling it through a lottery system. And in order to guarantee the value of the artworks, so you could sell like a certificate that comes along with the artwork, they're using the digital blockchain so that these artworks can be passed down to next generations. And they're issuing these artwork certificates via the blockchain, so that's where the whole NFT thing comes into play. So the digital blockchain certificates ensure that there's a permanent record of ownership, so if you were to sell the artwork, the NFT would also have to be sold alongside with it. I'm not sure if there's going to be a way for people to sell these NFTs individually, but as far as I'm aware, what's being stated here, the two come hand in hand. So in order to sell this NFT, it will have to come with that original piece of artwork that we know is limited. There's only one of 20 that are going to be made for the Bleach manga art heritage thing. So obviously Chibi Reviews wasn't too happy, got this in my email from my anime list, WTF. So again, there's some confusion. James Hansen, so the one-of-kind print that's being made is being turned into an NFT by whom? Surely not Shueisha. I have no idea, but got this email from my anime list. Not a lot of people are aware of this. That my anime list email hit us all by surprise. After doing some research, we can kind of understand what they're trying to do here. So they want to pass down manga for 1,000 years to come into the future. So we actually had news of this happening as early as the 17th of December 2021, which was one day before the 1000-Year Blood War arc trailer had dropped. So they're saying that in 2022 they are honored to welcome artworks of Bleach by Kubo to the manga art collection. Details will be announced accordingly on the website of Shueisha Manga Art Heritage. Now, the strange thing is that this post was made a few days after a question was asked on Club Outside. On this question, somebody's asked Kubo, it's almost like a question or a request, but I want you to publish and sell NFT, which appear to be popular now with Bleach illustrations. This individual seems really keen on buying Bleach NFTs. Kubo replies that he will tell this to the person who is in charge, who's Murakoshi-san. So this question was asked on the 13th of December, and lo and behold, a few days later, on the 17th of December, an announcement was made about Bleach NFTs. Now, a bit more on what on earth they're actually doing. So they want to pass down manga through generations for the next 1,000 years. They had come up with this idea through the naming of the 1000-Year Blood War arc. So here they're basically explaining the unique method that they are printing this artwork onto, including the special washi paper that they're using. And this paper has been used in traditional prints for as long as 1,300 years. And they're using a colotype printing technique, which was originated in the 19th century to print on this washi paper. Again, it goes on to explain the color coloring techniques and the unique pigments that they're going to be using on the paper. Each one of these artworks is going to be handmade by artisans. So this technique of printing is so unique that only one company in the world is capable of color printing with this method. And this company resides within Kyoto, Japan. The end result is a piece of artwork that's never been seen before, with textures and colors that can be preserved over long periods of time. I think they're very literal in the meaning that they want this artwork to last for over 1,000 years. It's a bit of a blend between the old and the new, so they're using old printing techniques to create these pieces of manga artwork, and they're using new technology with the blockchain in order to preserve the authenticity of this piece of artwork by attaching a digital certificate to it. So because each piece of washi paper needs to be tested, they can only sell 20 copies of the Bleach artwork, and apparently Tite Kubo and Shueisha will each have 1 copy. So another thing that really makes these pieces of artwork feel more authentic is that Kubo has designed a seal which he himself will stamp onto each one of these 20 pieces of artwork, and each piece will be signed and numbered by the artisan that had created it. So here you go, that's the piece of artwork that they're creating. From these images you can tell that it's a very detailed artwork, and there you go, that's the seal with Kubo's name that's going to be stamped onto the artwork. And yeah, there appears to be a lot of uproar, maybe from confusion. People are assuming that this is an NFT scam, but it's official. This is from Shueisha and Kubo. So people are saying that there is no way that this is properly licensed and allowed. After having visited the website and understanding what on earth they're trying to do, we get a bit more of an idea as to why this isn't really a scam. There's a lot of negative stigma attached to NFTs. So NFTs are non-fungible tokens, and it appears as though these digital certificates will be issued like NFTs. So you can think of an NFT like a unique collectible item. But again, I don't know how it's going to work with these digital certificates that are going to come with these pieces of artwork. Will people be able to sell these NFTs on OpenSea individually? NFTs have this negative stigma because people think that they are buying JPEG images for thousands of dollars. NFTs have been used to launder money also, but because these NFTs are stored on the blockchain and they can be traded for cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin or Ethereum, or they can even be exchanged for other NFTs, the blockchain helps to prove that you own that NFT. In the same way that these digital certificates will be using the blockchain to prove that you are the owner of that original piece of manga artwork. So initially they were a fun kind of thing to play around with until they had started to be sold for ridiculous amounts of money, and a lot of it was attributed to the hype that is attached to NFTs. So every time that people hear the word NFT, they immediately associate it with a scam. But despite the email being from my anime list, this isn't a scam, and it's really for anyone who's a huge fan of Bleach, who's got a lot of disposable income, who wants to drop $6,800 on a unique piece of artwork that's going to last for 1,000 years. If there is a supply and demand for this, then, you know, I don't knock Shueisha for doing this. It's, you know, well within their rights. It's their artwork. If Kubo approves of it, then it seems like a cool project to preserve manga, but the price does seem ridiculously high. But again, you are owning one of 20 original pieces of artwork signed by Kubo and authenticated with a digital certificate. So with NFTs being a proof of ownership, a lot of people don't like them because blockchain technology wastes a huge amount of electricity through the mining, and because people again spend loads of money on them just to claim ownership of JPEG images that they can download off of Google Images. And for the most part, NFTs just seem like a passing fad and a trend that's been way overhyped by social media influencers like Logan Paul. And I think that more issue is now arising with official companies like Shueisha using blockchain and NFT technology, because it appears as though they are approving of a technology that's used to scam a lot of people into paying ridiculous amounts of money for NFTs which feature for the most part stolen artwork and collectible tokens which inherently really have no value unless there's enough demand for them. It might be hard to, but NFTs are very comparable to collectible cards. When we were younger, everybody was into Pokemon cards and they all wanted a Charizard. We know that there's a limited print of each Charizard card. It was one of the more difficult cards to actually unpack, but if you had it, you had that physical card to prove that you had ownership of that item. NFTs are just a way of digitally proving that you own something. Now, for the most part, NFTs don't come with a physical product. This whole initiative with Shueisha is attaching a NFT to a physical product. We've spoken about the unique paper that they're going to be using, the unique printing technique that only one company in the world can use, and how they want this physical print to last for centuries. But again, I have no issue with Shueisha doing this because it's attached to a physical product. I only really have issue with NFTs when people are paying ridiculous amounts of money, like for these CryptoPunk NFTs. This one that sold for $23.7 million. Now, there's no doubt in my mind that this sale was used to launder money. A lot of people steal Bitcoin and Ethereum and launder it into these NFTs so that it's more difficult to trace the source of funds. I mean, the question arises, are these pixels worth $23.7 million? There's no physical item attached to them, and it's just that digital JPEG. But again, that's just my thoughts on this whole Bleach NFT thing that's going on, and this strange email from my anime list that we were all woken up to today. So I hope that this video has helped to clarify what's actually going on, and helped to bring some peace of mind about the whole situation. And it's not entirely a scam unless you're willing to pay close to $7,000 for original piece of Bleach artwork, signed by Kubo himself. If you had the money, would you buy this? Do you have any issue with Shueisha and Kubo doing this? I would love to know your thoughts, so definitely leave a comment, and I can't wait to see you in my next Bleach video.